Title I-A allocations are initiated by the U.S. Department of Education based on the district's census poverty. ODE adjusts these allocations for school improvement and other state-level activities to create final allocations to school districts. School districts then allocate funds to schools through a process called rank and serve. Schools then develop plans for how Title I-A funds will be used to serve students. Rank and serve is the process used to determine which schools receive Title I-A funds. Essentially, each district must put its schools in rank order from highest to lowest concentrations in percentage of children with families navigating poverty to determine which schools will receive Title I-A funds. The intent of rank and serve is to concentrate the funds in schools with the highest percentages of children from families navigating poverty, and to provide sufficient funds to make a difference in the academic performance of these students. Schools where 75% or more of students are from families navigating poverty must be served in rank order regardless of grade span. However, districts that enroll fewer than 1,000 students do not need to follow rank and serve guidelines. The rank and serve process includes the following steps. 1. Select the poverty measure to be used by the district. 2. Determine the amount of Title I-A funds available that can be allocated to schools on a per-pupil basis. This is determined after the required and optional LEA set-asides have been reserved. LEAs have discretion in determining the amount of the per-pupil allocation that goes to schools. The primary rule is that schools higher on the rank and serve list receive the same or higher per-pupil amounts than schools lower on the list. 3. Rank order all schools in the district by percentage of poverty from highest to lowest. Remember that you must first allocate funds to serve schools where 75% or more of students are from families navigating poverty. 4. After schools where 75% or more of students from families navigating poverty are served, determine whether to rank the remaining schools into grade span groupings or the district as a whole. And 5. Determine the amount of funding for each remaining school to serve. If an LEA chooses to serve any school with a poverty rate below 35%, every school must receive a per-pupil amount equal to at least 125% of the LEA's minimum per-pupil allocation, or PPA. This is referred to as the 125% rule. Reach out to ODE for more information if your LEA chooses this option. Before the rank and serve process can begin, districts receiving Title I-A funds must determine the level of poverty at all schools in the district. Districts can select from one of 5 measures to determine relative percentages of children from economically disadvantaged families residing in their attendance areas. The selected measure is used to determine the number of economically disadvantaged students at district schools and the proportionate share for eligible private schools. The 5 measures are: 1. Census counts of children from families below the poverty level. This is the same data used by the federal government to allocate Title I-A funds to districts. 2. Counts of children eligible for free and reduced price school meals. 3. Counts of children whose families receive assistance under the Federal Welfare Program, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF. 4. Counts of children eligible for Medicaid or the Oregon Health Plan. Or 5. A combination of 2 or more of these data sources. Many school districts use free and reduced price lunch enrollment to determine schools' poverty levels. But with the introduction of the Community Eligibility Provision, or CEP, which eliminates the school meal application for individual households, many are using direct certification data. Regardless of the method selected, the district must use the same method from the same point in time to determine poverty rates, rank schools, and set per-pupil allocations across the district. Meaning, unless there is a significant change in the student population, you should use the same treatment to ensure schools receive close to the same amount per child each year. The requirements for charter schools are as follows. Charter schools may qualify for Title I funds and must be included in the rank and serve process in the same manner as all other schools in the district. When 75% or more of the students within a charter school are navigating poverty, the school must be served with Title I funds. Charter schools with less than 75% of students navigating poverty may also be eligible, depending on how the district chooses to rank and serve its remaining schools. Whenever possible, charter schools should use the same measure used by other schools in the district. For example, the National School Lunch Program data. Charter schools that do not sponsor or participate in a national school breakfast or lunch program should use the Oregon Family Income Survey to gather the necessary data for rank and serve. Now, please return to the module for the next learning activity.